the age of the planet on which we live, estimated at 4.5 billion years. People explored every inch of its surface. Scientists scrupulously explored living organisms and plants. They even reached the unfriendly space. But there is a place that hardly anyone can reach it. It is bowels of the Earth. In school, children are shown a schematic representation of our planet in section, and it looks like an exotic huge cake. But how the bowels of the Earth look real, no one saw. Because the center of our planet is 6,000 kilometers under our feet, and the deepest borehole drilled by people on the Kola Peninsula. It's only 12 kilometers deep. Every time when bore went deeper than was permitted, the bowels immediately protested, destroying the rig. You ask how was the internal structure of our planet formed? It is simple answer. As well as many things that are impossible to measure with a tape or weigh, the scientists found out by an indirect method. For example, exploring the structure of the Earth, earthquakes and nuclear explosions seriously help. Do not be surprised. Perhaps this is the only benefit that is carried out by destructive events. So, we know that the distance to the core of our planet, 3,000 kilometers. You think from where this information? During tremors, the planet becomes like a tambourine, weighing 5.9 sextillion tons. Impulses affecting one side of a celestial body. Sometime later, reflect on the other side of our planet. The oscillation route passes through various parts of the Earth's structures, and the sound of the output depends on it. Scientists discovered two types of waves, P and S. The last ones are able to pass through the liquid, and at a depth of 3,000 kilometers disappear completely. It was the conclusion for the scientists that it's just a molten core. Geologists were in for a surprise. Waves during earthquakes and nuclear explosions behave in different way. They are not absorbed by the liquid. They just come out of the other side of our planet, reflecting from the core at different angles. It comes out a conclusion. Besides the outer core, there is a solid core inside. Its composition and other nuances are still not known. This information built on guesswork and indirect conclusions. But anyway, we'll try to make an excursion to the center of the Earth, where, according to the belief of many nations, is hell. Let's visit the place where scientists believe the ancient civilizations left for. Let's take a look of thousands kilometers below. In a word, welcome down. Without special equipment, it is impossible. One should be clear to realize the condition on the way down. Incredible pressure, millions of times more than on the surface of the Earth. Hellish heat. The temperature is about the same as on the outer layers of the Sun. But our traveler is not shy. He's gonna put on a spacesuit. He's reserved of patience and courage. The first stage, lithosphere. It is a solid Earth shell, consisting of silicon and aluminium. It concludes the crust and the upper layer of the mantle. Our traveler will overcome the atmosphere pretty quickly, especially if he falls into the ocean. Because the thickness of the Earth crust under him, about 10 kilometers and 50 kilometers below the continents. About 60 seconds of free fall will take place, and the fearless traveler plunges into igneous layers. The mantle is a great cardinal tectonic process. It is the mantle that is responsible for earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. But this is only the entrance to its kingdom. It will take one more minute for the traveler to overcome the first 60 kilometers of molten rock. But further, you will see the most interesting. Astina and Mesosphere. Hello Tartarus. It's just the place where you can meet devils. This is the heart of the mantle, where the temperature reaches up to 1,500 degrees Celsius. The depth of the layers starts from 100 and goes down to 2,800 kilometers. But in free fall mode, you overcome this fiery layer in half an hour. This is the thickest piece of the Earth's structure, taken for about 8% of the Earth's mass. Our traveler here will have hard time. The temperature here turns iron and magnesium into a dense material. Closer to the center, starting from a depth of 3,000 kilometers, you can see upper boundary of the outer core. It's a really hot ocean, over 4,400 degrees Celsius, consisting of molten iron and nickel. The traveler will have to go about 2,300 kilometers through it, without paying attention to electrical discharges. Geodynamo is born in this boiling soup. It is the process forming magnetic field of our planet. 10 minutes later, the traveler will reach the center of our planet. Interior Sun. It is a pressed core with a pressure of 3.7 millions of atmosphere and heated to 6 degrees Celsius. This is the most imagined object that was ever indirectly studied by geologists. The radius of this core is about 70% of the Moon mass. Here's the game of gravity. As in the center of our planet, gravity affects the object all around. If the traveler decided to climb up a long ladder, he would be drawn back. I mean, the traveler climbing up to the upper surface would gradually take the starting position. That's all, welcome back. Take off the awkward spacesuit and relax from your experience. For now, consider if it's only pseudoscientific speculation, but the Earth is actually a hollow object. The physicists insist on the fact that we are surrounded by hollow world. Judge for yourself. Solid-looking objects, such as bones, bricks, or plant stems, consist of cavities, if you look at them through a microscope. Maybe the Earth is not exception. We can guess forever. Our imagination is limitless. We can only hope that scientists will be able to reach the center of our planet. And I'm sure it would be the most incredible project in human history. At this point, that's all, my friends. Help us out by clicking that like button, and also be sure to subscribe and click. Thank you for watching. Bye bye!